You had the surgery, you did the rehab, and your shoulder still hurts. Or maybe it doesn't hurt, but it just never came back to full strength, full motion, or the confidence to actually do the things you had surgery to get back to. If that's where you are, this video is going to tell you exactly what your post-op rehab missed and give you 3 exercises that most PTs never include after shoulder surgery. Because here's what nobody tells you. Post-op protocols and physical therapy will get you to baseline, but if you don't bridge the gap from rehab to actual performance, from baseline to bench pressing, doing pull-ups, pressing overhead, getting back to the things that matter, you could stay stuck with shoulder issues in the gym for years. That's what we're going to fix right now. I'm Dr. Joey Seyforth, online shoulder rehab specialist with Comeback Performance. We help active adults permanently fix shoulder pain by targeting the root cause, not just the surgical site, through one-on-one online coaching and rehab. One of our clients, Chef, had multiple shoulder surgeries, including labrum and rotator cuff repairs. He went through post-op rehab and still wasn't right. Here's what he had to say about what our program addressed that his post-op PT never did.
Go for it. My wife and I talking about, I went several weeks to the guy post-surgery and addressed none of the things that you addressed.
Several months of post-op PT. Jeff's story is not unique, it's the standard. And once we addressed the big 5 areas of how his shoulder was loading and moving, the picture changed completely. Let me show you what this means for you. Surgery changes the anatomy of your shoulder. It doesn't change the mechanics of how you move or load it though. If your neck was stiff before surgery, it's still stiff after surgery. If your thoracic spine was locked up, it's still locked. If your shoulder blade wasn't rotating correctly, the surgeon didn't fix that on the operating table. And if the nerve tension from your cervical spine was affecting your shoulder muscle timing before the operation, it's still there, sensitized after 8 weeks in a sling. Surgery fixed the structure, but if that's the only area that you're focusing on with rehab, it's missing 4 other crucial areas that directly impact the shoulder's ability to move and function. There's a giant rehab gap that's missed. We call that the big 5. This is what standard post-op PT almost always misses. The first area is your neck. Nerve tension that existed before surgery and was never addressed. After weeks of immobilization with the arm in a sling, the cervical spine stiffens up and gets worse. Standard post-op PT rarely looks there. Number 2 is the thoracic spine, the number 1 most consistently missed area in post-op shoulder rehab. A locked mid-back means the shoulder can't move freely overhead regardless of how successful the repair was. Generic PT protocols almost never include thoracic mobility work. 3 is the shoulder blade. After weeks in a sling, the serratus anterior and lower traps lose significant coordination and strain. Standard PT focuses on regaining shoulder range of motion, but the blade motor pattern that controls how the shoulder moves gets left behind. 4 is the shoulder joint, the surgical site. This is the one area standard rehab actually does address, with range of motion exercises, strengthening, and pain management. But if the other 4 areas aren't working, the joint bears all of the load alone. And 5 are nerves. Post-surgical nerve sensitization is almost never directly addressed in standard protocols. Yet nerve tension affects the timing of every muscle that stabilizes the shoulder. If the nerves are still sensitized, the body is going to tense up and go into protection mode when you get into certain provocative positions. And what this can mean is the shoulder never feels fully confident even when the MRI looks clean. Standard protocols get you to baseline, range of motion, basic strength, enough to pass the clearance criteria. But if the goal is to bench press, do pull-ups, press overhead, play golf, swing a racket, you need more than baseline. You need all 5 areas working as a system. That's the bridge your rehab missed. And that's what these 3 exercises start building. I know you're struggling with shoulder pain and you want to fix it for good. Watch that video. The link is in the description. Now let's get back to it. With these exercises and also training, make sure you use the pain traffic light we use with our clients, especially important for post-surgical viewers. Green light is muscle burn, mild tightness in the upper back and shoulder blade, keep going. Yellow light is a slight ache in the shoulder that settles within 24 hours. Ease the range and monitor. And red light, any increase in surgical site pain directly. Stop and take a day off from that exercise. These exercises are for people that are clear to be doing more advanced rehab. When in doubt, check with your surgeon first. 3 exercises. Each one targets a big 5 area that your post-op PT almost certainly never addressed. These are not the replacements for your surgeon's protocol. They're the additions that bridge the gap from baseline to actually getting your shoulder back. Exercise 1 is the windmill liftoff. This exercise reveals something important the moment you try it. If you can't get into that position comfortably, it tells you exactly how much shoulder and thoracic spine mobility your post-op programming has been missing. Head to the wall. Get into a half kneeling position. Keep your hip connected to the wall the entire time. Slide your arm up the wall in an arch pattern, following your eyes with your hands the whole way up. At end range, add the lift off. Slide your arm off the wall, hold for 2 seconds, and return. Reverse the arch back to the starting position with full control. If you can't get the full range, that's not a failure, that's information. It shows you exactly how much shoulder mobility and thoracic rotation your post-op protocol never restored. Here's an easier exercise modification. This is a wall open book. Same position, half kneeling against the wall, hip connected, hands together, but now you're going to open into a rotation away from the wall, following your eyes with your hands. The goal is to get your outside shoulder towards the wall, but work through whatever range of motion that you can. 2 sets of 10 reps per side, whether you're doing the windmill liftoff or the wall open book. Exercise 2 is the sidelying ball ER toss, and this is one of the most effective exercises for rebuilding the rotator cuff coordination that gets lost during post-op immobilization. Lower level therapy and rehab focus on basic level strengthening and often miss proper progression. This exercise restores that active, dynamic control in a way that banded exercises never do. Lie on your non-surgical side. Bend your surgical side elbow to 90 degrees, upper arm resting against your rib cage. Hold a small ball, tennis ball, lacrosse ball, or baseball. Slowly externally rotate your shoulder, raising your forearm up towards the ceiling. Control the motion, no jerking. Toss a ball and repeat catching and tossing in that external rotation position. The toss and catch is the key component. It forces your rotator cuff to stabilize dynamically, the exact coordination pattern that passive range of motion exercises and isometrics never rebuild. Keep the range small and controlled. Complete 2 to 3 sets of 30 to 45 seconds of controlled toss and catch reps. Exercise 3 is the high plank walk-up, the bridge from post-op rehab to real-world shoulder performance. This exercise builds closed shin stability, scapular control, and thoracic integration all at once. Everything standard PT leaves behind. This is the transition exercise. When your shoulder can hold your body weight through a dynamic movement, when the blade is stable, the joint is confident, the chain is working, that's when you know you've crossed the gap from baseline to actual recovery. Start in a push-up position on the floor. From all fours, walk your hands up onto a bench. From there, reverse hands back down into a push-up position. That's 1 rep. Modification, keep your hands on a bench or countertop instead of the floor. Same motion, reduce load. Progress to the floor version as strength and confidence build. The shoulder blade on each support arm should feel actively engaged, not sinking, not winging. If the blade is coming off the rib cage as you walk out, the plank height is too demanding. Elevate it and work from there. Fair warning, this exercise can be very spicy in a good way. The burn you feel in your shoulder blade and upper back is exactly the system working your post-op PT left behind. Complete 2 sets of 6 to 8 walk-ups. Do these exercises daily or at a minimum 5 times a week. Think of them as the layer your formal rehab wasn't providing. If you keep trying things and the shoulder pain isn't going away, put what you have going on in the comments. I read through every single one. Most people notice a difference in shoulder confidence and ease of movement within the first couple days to first week. Let's summarize these 3 exercises your post-op rehab missed. The first exercise was a windmill liftoff of the easier wall open book to restore shoulder and thoracic mobility, sidelying ball ER toss to rebuild the dynamic rotator cuff strength and stability, and number 3, the high plank walk-up to bridge from baseline rehab to real-world shoulder performance and confidence. 3 exercises, all big 5 areas. Now, these exercises are a powerful starting point, but understanding which of the big 5 areas is your personal weak link goes deeper than any routine. Because of this, I put together a free big 5 shoulder fix guide that walks through all 5 areas with tests and exercises to start changing each one. The link is in the description. Grab it and use it alongside this routine. And if you've been told you need shoulder surgery or you're not sure whether surgery is right for your situation, watch this video next. Time is always of the essence when it comes to shoulder recovery and rehab. These exercises are great for general post-op approach, but a routine and program needs to be built around your specific presentation and goals to get the best results. If you're ready to finally fix your shoulder pain, don't skip that video. It's the exact process we use with our patients to get their shoulders back for good. The link is in the description. Make sure you like and subscribe for daily content. We post every day based on your rehab questions. At Comeback Performance, the comeback is always stronger than the setback.